Okay, everybody, welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Today, if you didn't read the email, we're going to be talking about MLS Touch. So this is a new initiative by Bright MLS. So if you're familiar with HomeSnap was a mobile app for the MLS, and this new MLS Touch is going to work very similar to HomeSnap. They aren't outright saying whether it's going to be a replacement or not, but I would be willing to bet that it is going to be a replacement at some point in time. They're working on extending the contract for HomeSnap. I believe we have that through June, but I would get used to this MLS Touch in the meantime because I think this is what's going to take over. So I'm going to start off here by sharing the screen to my phone. Hopefully this works out. And we'll take a look at the app and go over a few things. The way you find this, if you're an iPhone user, I don't know about Android, but I'm sure they have some type of app store, okay? Now you're going to go within the app store, type in MLS Touch, and it's this app right here at the top. Now I have already downloaded it onto my phone, but you're going to want to download it, and then it's going to ask you for a few different things. So you're going to have to pick a state. Now note that in the state portion, you're going to want to put the Bright area.
Is this your new computer?
It's not the actual state that we're located in, Pennsylvania, obviously, but you're going to select Bright area. Now, your MLS board, you're also going to select Bright area. Yeah, so again, you're going to use the credentials for the MLS. So whatever your login and password that you set up for Bright MLS, that's going to be the same here with MLS Touch. Now, what you're looking at right now is the dashboard. So I want to start out by showing you the map search. This is, to me, a very useful tool if you're out in the field. Not only is it going to show you all the active listings in the area, but you can actually zoom in once we get some internet rolling here, and you can search tax record information as well. So you're going to get owners' names, addresses, parcel IDs, and then it comes down here. You can actually see an AVM tool, which is a automated value model, and gives you an idea of price right off the bat. Last sales information. Again, I think this is a pretty useful application that you can use out in the field when you don't have access to a computer to pull up some of that tax info information. So also, while you're in the field, if you ever need to look around a neighborhood before you're going on a listing appointment to see what's active, you can see if there's any listings that you missed while you were searching the MLS doing your CMA. You can pull them up on the spot, and you can either share them by text or email. Let's say in a different scenario, you're just out and about showing houses and you see one down the street and you want to schedule a showing. You can do that right here within the app. You quickly click on schedule a showing, and it takes you into showing time where you select the information and put in the request. Going back into the app, I will show you what it looks like. You can text message these listings to your clients, which is pretty useful. So if you have contacts within your Bright MLS profile, you can either use that to text, or you can come up here at the top and hit skip, and you can type in the number directly. So for this example, I'm going to use myself just so you guys can see what it looks like. It gives you a generic message. You shoot that over to them. We'll come over here to my messages. this is what it looks like on their end. You click in, and it's going to pull up that listing, all the property information, a mortgage estimator tool, and then it's branded to you down here at the bottom, which is a pretty cool feature. So I will jump back into the app and we'll take a look at a couple more things. So going back to the home screen, the next thing I want to kind of take a look at is the advanced search here in the top right. So this is good if you're looking for a specific address. If you get a call from somebody who might be an online inquiry, you can quickly type the address into this bar here and pull up the listing. You can also do CMAs kind of on the fly if you don't have access to a computer by manipulating, you know, the different, you can come here to pending and close, select those, and do a quick CMA and manipulate all the different criteria that they have to offer. It's pretty much fairly representative of what's in that advanced search in the MLS. So again, this is pretty useful when you don't have access to a computer. The last little thing I wanted to show you was the hot sheets. So you can come in here and you can set up hot sheets for whatever locations you want. You can pick up to 10 different cities that you want to be involved in your hot sheet. So going back, you can also manipulate the days, 1 day through 30 days. And you click right in and you can see what is new and what is active. And if there's something on here that one of your buyers might like, again, you can come right in, hit share, schedule a showing. You can add it to a cart if you use carts within the MLS to create CMAs. That's pretty darn useful. So going back.
Is that pretty easy then, Brooks, to send to your client if you just want to send them that one listing?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like I showed that example of me texting it, you can pick here, say it's this listing. You can share it to them either by text message or by email. And or you could copy the MLS number, I suppose, and then text it to them in a different message. But the easiest is probably these top two selections. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you here now. One other thing, you know, save searches. You can, if you ever need to access those on the fly, you can come in here to your matrix, set up save searches for clients, pull up, you know, a search that you've done for some buyers and get into their search. You can't exactly manipulate it so far from what I found, but you can at least view those properties that qualify and meet the buyer's criteria. At this point, I want to open it up for questions and see what you guys think. Let me end the screen share.
Well, I'll start out by saying, you know, I'm not much for change. People know that. And when you had mentioned that HomeSnap was going to go away, of course, I immediately inside panicked because I've used HomeSnap an awful lot over the last 8 years. You know, if somebody is calling about a property, it's so much faster to get on HomeSnap to look it up than it is to get on the MLS, and I've used it quite a bit. But from what you just showed me, we have HomeSnap Plus. I mean, it literally is the MLS at your fingertips to be able to gather information, send information, look up your searches, do a quick CMA. If you're, you know, sitting in an appointment and somebody says, well, what about the house in my neighborhood was just listed down the street and you did your CMA 5 days ago and you don't have the information. So it really gives us the MLS at our fingertips with our cell phones. So I like it.
I like that you can it's branded directly to you where HomeSnap was not. So
Yeah.
when you send something out, like when Brooks sent himself a text and his information came at the bottom, it looks more personalized to the client.
Yeah, and I think you can change some of that coloring if you want to go away. It's already defaulted to like the Remax red, white, and blue colors. But if you want to get in there and manipulate that on your end, I think you have the ability to do that if you want.
So as much as everybody beat up on Bright when they first made the change, kudos to them for this program. It looks pretty cool. Yep.
Yeah, Kara.
Think, I'm like Tim, I don't like a lot of change, and especially with the technology stuff. So I got in there and I started to check it out as soon as we were able to do so. And I think that it is really compared to the Pro, Tim, that you were talking about with the Home Snap, which I believe we have to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is like included.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, Home Snap, you got to pay money for. This is fantastic. I mean, I know that we had a lot to complain about Bright, but I think they got this right, even though it's maybe 7 years too late, but better late than never.
Yeah, I totally agree. They did well with this one, and it gives you a lot of resources right at your fingertips.
Brooks,
Yes, sir.
when you have one of those that you want to send to a client and you're branded at the bottom, does the listing agent also get included in that information you send out?
No, I don't believe their contact information's on it. Obviously, if you're sending something out there to buyers, it's branded to you directly, and they don't have the ability to call the listing agent, I believe. I'm pretty sure of that. Good question. Anybody
Brooks.
else? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have a question, Brooks. Hey, in setting up the this app, maybe I missed it, but do I put down Pennsylvania and then our association, or is there another? Did I miss a step?
Yeah, no, I went over, so that's a key step, and I'm glad you brought it back up, is the state. You're going to want to select the Bright area. So don't specifically select Pennsylvania, select Bright area. And then for the board or association, you're also going to select Bright area.
I see.
Yeah,
And
Regina
then-
just pointed out to me that her multi-list up there in Potter County has had this program for years, but they are owned by the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors. So it's definitely, she's used to using it also.
Nice. Cool. Well, does anyone else have any questions? I wanted to kind of keep this one short and to the point here today. If there's anything else anyone else wants to bring up. Yeah, Kara.
I was wondering, can we go over a little bit? It doesn't have to do with this, but with the June 17th event, I think that that's really a good thing. And so I want to make sure that I fully understand all the details. And if I am in town that weekend, I want to participate, but I want to make sure exactly what I'm communicating out to my clients before I invite them. So I think it's 2 events in one day. Do you have to come to both, or how does it all work? If you can just
Let me real quick. Great question. We'll definitely segue into that. Bob and Matt, did you guys have a question pertaining to the MLS Touch at all?
No, I have a question I want to ask at the end that's not pertaining to this.
Oh, okay. I just
Brooks,
wanted.
how do you find that app again?
So you want to go to
store?
your app store, and what you're
Mhm.
going to search for is MLS space touch,
Okay.
or your Android store. I'm not sure what that one's named, but whatever app store they have on those crazy Android user phones.
Android is the truth.
I knew there would be somebody out there.
Okay, Sherry Anderson.
Not part of the cult.
Alrighty, Aaron. I guess since we don't have any more MLS Touch questions, let's talk about the the event on June 17th?
I just sent out an email this morning because we have those postcards ready to go for everybody. So it is 2 events. So what we started with, we did a charity ride a couple years ago, and that's for motorcycles, for car clubs, for anybody that wants to ride. And you go to, there's 5 different stops, and it's a nice drive through Cumberland, Perry, and a little bit of York County. And it's technically a poker run. You get a card at each stop, and then at the end, whoever has the best hand wins money, and all the money raised is going to Penn State Children's Hospital. So while we planned that, we then thought, wouldn't it be fun to have something else here, because we wanted to kind of not exclude anybody and we wanted to make the event bigger. So we created this family fun day. So we have the 2 food trucks coming, and that's 12 to 4. We're thinking that the bikers will get back probably between 2 and 3. So that'll give them the opportunity to eat, to, you know, play cornhole if they want, just kind of hang around, do some things. We're going to have cornhole, ladder golf, just a bunch of different things like set up for kids and everything as well. That way, you know, if you're not a biker, you don't want to ride to these different bars and stuff, you could bring your family, get something to eat. You know, it's Father's Day weekend, get some ice cream, and they're all going to donate a percentage back to the charity as well. So it's kind of just like, hey, if you can come, great, you know, but the riders at the end will all come back, and then they'll have the opportunity too. So it is 2 events held at the same time. The motorcycle ride and drive, even the car ride, is going to, registrations at 9, and we're going to leave at 9:30. But then we'll be here from 12 to 4.
Yep, and this one benefits Penn State Children's Hospital. Right, Aaron?
Yes, that's
Yep.
correct.
Yep.
Yes, Kara.
Okay, so can we buy at like a group of tickets or something like that to hand out to our clients for these food trucks?
Oh, for the food truck?
Yes,
Yeah,
okay,
we can work it out.
all right.
Yeah, and the food truck is DJ's Smoke Shack, and we
Yeah.
got some personal experience. We went over there and did some taste testing, and their food's incredible. So you're not going to want to miss DJ's Smoke Shack.
Yeah, and we're hoping it, because we're right off the Carlisle Pike, so it's busy. We're hoping to have like maybe some directionals at the end so that we can just, you know, people off the street, like, hey, guess what? We're doing this today. Come over. Because the more people that come, the more they're going to, you know, see our office, and who doesn't want some, you know, food and ice cream.
So we'll
We
get some
can't-
we'll get some directionals made up and put them on the corners nearby to direct people in.
Yeah, you can actually, well, I thought you could stand there with like a little costume and hold them.
He'll be doing the sign flips.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on my
Maybe the signs.
motorcycle if it's running.
Oh, okay. I'll find somebody else to hold the signs.
Okay.
All right, well, again, everybody, let me know. We have tons of postcards. I'm ready to give them out. Let's get them out. We've been like, Brooks took them to Harley. I'm gonna try and, you know, just get some more people to promote it and just see how big we can make it.
All righty. Anybody else have anything they want to ask a question about with regards to the MLS Touch or the charity events we got coming up? No?
I'd just like to add to that, Tim, that you know, I've talked to several car clubs. If you all have friends that are in car clubs in your area, talk to them about this, invite them. We want to make this as big as possible so that we gather as much money as possible. And boy, if we got some of those car clubs involved, it could be a great event here at the office. They could even show their cars. So it's just another idea that might help benefit this cause.
Yeah, and we're hoping to keep doing it annually, so it'll be an annual thing that we do, so.
Brooksy, good job. Thank you.
Yeah, great job.
Kong, what kind of training do we have coming up this week?
Sale and settlement tomorrow.
About the sale and settlement contingency? Okay,
Contingencies.
contingencies.
Yeah, there's several of them, so it's coming back. There's, you know, I showed 3 properties over the weekend, and 2 of them the seller wanted to rent back, and we're talking till September. And these properties are still getting offers, so you know, you just have to be careful what you use.
Okay. Sounds good. Again, Brooks, thank you very much. Thank you for everybody on the call. We had a good turnout today, and let's go to work.
All right, guys, have a great week.